All right, so we got this Josh Warrington, Kiko Martinez rematch taking place this weekend on the Matchroom DAZN card in Leeds. The first fight was way back in 2017. If I can just find it here on Josh Warrington's box rec, here it is. And that was a majority decision win for Warrington over 12 rounds. But if you've watched the fight, that could have just as easily gone to Kiko Martinez. And in fact, Martinez contends that he won that fight, and that's why he's so confident of winning this rematch. He believes he's going to knock Josh Warrington out this time, particularly in light of Warrington being stopped by Lara. However, the Kiko Martinez that you see in this first Josh Warrington fight, for my money, is not the same Kiko Martinez that we have today. Despite the fact that he beat Kid Galahad in good fashion in the end, knocking him down very heavily twice and ultimately stopping him, prior to that, Martinez looked very shaky. This guy looked old. His body looked creaky. He looked like he had cobwebs in the knees, cobwebs and rust in the upper body and in the knees. And he fought like a guy who was very close to the end, to me, to my way of looking at things. And I'm not taking anything away from his win because he set the punch up beautifully and he got the knockout over Kid Galahad. And also, Kid Galahad is a very, very skillful boxer. But nonetheless, Kiko was hurt early. His movements didn't look as fast or fluid as the Kiko of old back in 2017. His accuracy wasn't as good. His coordination just wasn't quite there. And that comes with age, and it also comes with accumulation of punishment. When you've been hit in the head as many times as Kiko Martinez has, it gets to you. You know, it actually impacts on your motor skills. You see it. And I saw deterioration in Kiko Martinez's motor skills in this fight. Will he be able to change something and wind back the clock going into this Josh Warrington rematch? I doubt it. However, some people would argue that Josh Warrington is not the same fighter he used to be either, particularly after that loss to Mauricio Lara, where he took a lot of punishment. And of course, he had the rematch of Lara, which ended controversially in the second round because of a cut. So again, some people will say Warrington might have deteriorated, but Warrington is 31 years of age. Kiko Martinez is, I believe, 36 maybe? Yeah, 36. And a lot more miles on the clock. Look at that. 43 wins, 10 losses, 2 draws. When compared to Josh Warrington, 30 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. So he's got less miles on the clock, been in less wars. I mean, he's been in wars, but less wars than Kiko Martinez. And for my money, less wear and tear. Now, in terms of tactics, in the first fight between the two, Kiko Martinez, as is typical for him, he was just marching forward. His jab was very good and accurate. He was managing to get through the middle of Josh Warrington's guard with that jab, kept him under constant pressure, making him move more than he wanted to move, hitting him with body shots, good accuracy. It was a really good performance, actually, by Kiko Martinez, and I can fully understand why he feels like he won. But in this rematch, if we're going to see the same Kiko Martinez who fought Kid Galahad, and I can't imagine why we wouldn't see this version, then I think Josh Warrington is going to need to jump on him at some stage and take him out, to be honest. If Josh Warrington still has the kind of energy that he had, let's say, in the Frampton fight, where he really jumped on Frampton and put it on him at several points in that fight, if he still has that in him and he's not too concerned about his punch resistance following the Mauricio Lara loss, then I think Martinez might be there for the taking. Now, obviously, you got to be careful, but if you push this guy back and really put it on him, I think he can be taken out. Remember, Martinez is a guy who relies on forward momentum, building up a head of steam coming at you, and that's, of course, how he knocked out Kid Galahad. Galahad allowed him to come forward at him. If you push Martinez back, as Galahad did in the early rounds, right, when he wobbled Martinez, he's not going to do that much on the back foot. So for my money, I'm not saying that Warrington needs to come steaming out and push him back from the opening bell, because Martinez is still strong. He's a short, little, stocky guy, physically strong. But if Warrington does manage to buzz him or hurt him at any stage, he's going to need to jump on this guy. Jump on him. And don't allow him to come back the way that Kid Galahad did. Kid Galahad, a slick boxer, didn't finish him off when he had the opportunity. And that allowed Kiko Martinez to come forward, build up a head of steam, and eventually land the shots that took Kid Galahad out. Warrington mustn't make that same mistake. Must take the guy out if he gets the opportunity. And if I had to pick a winner here, if this is the Josh Warrington who fought, let's say, again, Cole Frampton, I'm taking Josh Warrington to win in more convincing fashion than he won first time around. But if this is the Josh Warrington who is maybe more shop-worn than I'm thinking, maybe he's still dealing with demons from the Lara fight, then perhaps Kiko Martinez could repeat what he did first time around, and many people felt like he won the first fight, or perhaps he'll go one better and stop Josh Warrington. But I don't know. For me, I feel like Josh Warrington's probably got more left. And, you know, even though Kiko Martinez is very bullish and what have you, I feel like he's not the same guy that he used to be. I don't think he can perform the way he did here, for example, in the first fight. I don't think he has the coordination anymore. I don't think he has the foot speed anymore. I think he's easier to hit now. And not to mention, I think Warrington is better now than he was back then. Perhaps he isn't as youthful as he was in 2017, but surely he's more technically proficient. Surely he's more wily at this stage than he was back then. And he should be able to deal with a guy like Kiko Martinez. And actually, even though Martinez is a different kind of fighter to Lara in terms of his style, they both apply pressure, of course, but Martinez is more textbook. Martinez throws short punches. He's not a wide puncher at all. He throws short shots for the most part, works behind his jab. Different kind of fighter to Lara, but he hits hard and he applies a lot of pressure. So this might actually be good preparation for Josh Warrington if he's serious about fighting Mauricio Lara again. This will be a good way to strategize, you know, to work on certain things that they might use against Lara next time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Josh Warrington, Kiko Martinez 2. Who have you got winning the fight? Do you, like me, think that Josh Warrington is probably a bit fresher and therefore should be able to deal with Martin? Again, I'm looking quite closely at this Kid Galahad performance. Yes, he got the win, but prior to that, didn't he look shaky to you? Didn't he look like an old man with those dodgy legs? Kind of like the way Povetkin looked against Dillian Whyte. Every time he got hit with a solid shot, his legs were shaking all over the place. Do you know what I mean? He just looked like a guy who'd been in boxing for too long and taken too many punches. And even though, just like Povetkin, he can still bang, he isn't what he once was. So that's my take on the fight. Leave your take in the comment section below.